Hello and welcome to Galaxy News. You're watching News in 5 and I am Vuyo Mgwelo. Let's take a look at your headlines. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani calls for unity ahead of looming election date. Maile withdraws the suspension of 2 DA officials. A Midrand speedster released on bail. The South African Union of Students calls for a national university shutdown. And we bring you sports as we wrap up. Iranian head of state Hassan Rouhani has urged people of Iran to turn out its high numbers at the upcoming elections and not allow US President Donald Trump and those in the White House he called a terrorist cause a rift within the Islamic Republic and disrupt the elections. Rouhani, delivering a speech live on his official website on Monday, called for Iranians not to let Trump and his administration succeed in creating gaps between the establishment and people. Gauteng Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs MEC Lebogang Maile has withdrawn the suspension of former Joburg and Tshwane Speaker Vasco da Gama and Katlego Mathebe. Last week, the MEC had announced that he had placed Mathebe and da Gama on 6 months and 3 months suspension without pay, respectively, citing a contravention of Code of Conduct for councillors. As a result, the DA launched an urgent court application challenging the suspensions, accusing Maile of overstepping his boundaries and misuse of authority. The Gauteng Traffic Department issued a strong advisory to motorists who undermine the law and unruly drivers who disobey the rules of the road. Now, this comes after the arrest of a 36-year-old speedster who had filmed himself doing a 308 kilometers per hour in a 120 kilometer zone in an Audi TT on the N1 southbound in Midrand. The driver, identified as Phumukile Mncube, 36, made an appearance at the Midrand Magistrate Court in Midrand on Monday when he was granted a 1.5 thousand rand bail and is due to appear again before court on the 12th of February. The South African Union of Students threatened to shut down all universities across South Africa after accusing Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology Blade Nzimande of not taking them seriously. Last week, the SAUS delivered a memorandum of demands to Nzimande and gave him 7 days to respond. Students cannot enter universities due to no walk-ins application. Poor students cannot further their postgrad studies and are sitting at home without funding, and thousands of students cannot get meaningful employment because of their academic records are withheld by the institutions, said the SAUS national spokesperson Thabo Shingane. And in sports, 2019 Cricket World Cup winners England proved their dominance once more, closing out the loop-side 4-match test series against the Proteas in an impressive victory at the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg on Monday. The result saw England, who won the second test by a resounding inning and 53 runs win, to close the overall series with a 3-1 win, having only faltered in the opener. The Proteas needed 466 runs to win the fourth and final test, and level series were dismissed for 247 runs, failing 191 runs shy of the target. And in tennis, 19-time Grand Slam winner Rafael Nadal labored to a hard-fought victory against Nick Kyrgios to book a spot in the Australian Open last 8 at the Rod Laver Arena on Monday. Now, for more of these news, go to our website and also communicate with us in all our social media platforms. For myself and the News in 5 team, we'll see you guys tomorrow.